there's a lot of different kinds of astrology, and there are certain astrologers out there that are going to look at your chart and be like, this angle means this, and this is blah blah blah. I mean, I don't necessarily find that fascinating to me, because I don't need to tell you who you are. You know who you are. So I can and also you can look that up online. You know, what's my rising sign? You know what I mean? And so, yes, it's very important when I'm reading someone's chart to have that information. But again, just because your Venus is trine Jupiter, yes, I know what that means because I've studied it, but realistically, that's not as tangible for you to look at in your day-to-day life, because you're like, wait, I've got all of this like opportunity for money that happens to come through a lover who may be connected to this career in real estate. Like, yeah, that's great to know, but realistically, it's not something that you can help your life with today. And so what I really specialize in astrology is looking at the stars today and at a certain period of time and showing you where those openings or challenges may be. Because I think that allows you to take control of your life. If I'm talking about your chart, and the thing is, and that's why I'm so honored to be a professional astrologer, because it's an art form, and there are so many different kinds of astrologers out there, and we can all work together and help illuminate humankind. And that's what makes it so beautiful to me, because I'm not in competition with any astrologer.
Yeah.
I'm out there being like, hell yeah, you keep doing that, and you keep making, that message be told, and whatever gift that is inside of you that is going to reach the right person is going to, and I'm going to keep doing me.
Well, you know what I love about you is the humbleness with which you're approaching the growth and the massive success that you're experiencing now and where it's headed, right? So how do you, I think again, how do you not lose that? Like, is it a value? Is it your values? What is it about you that allows you to take all of this stuff that could be, I mean, let's face it, we're in Hollywood right now. I mean, this is the kind of thing that people dream of. It's like all of a sudden I'm getting interviewed and I'm doing this and my content's everywhere and I'm amazing, right? Which on one hand, you are amazing, like that's true. But how do you keep this like humble energy around it as well?
I feel like I came from a family that was very focused on being humble. And I think that has a big deal to play within it, but also I have had to work for everything that I have. Nothing has ever been given to me. And I'm like getting chills even saying it. Like, it makes me kind of emotional, because if I don't work for it, no one's gonna pay my bills. If I don't make it happen, no one's gonna be like, hey, do you wanna be a famous astrologer? You know what I mean? Like, no one can just give me a path. I have to make it, and I've always had to make it, and I've had to sometimes recreate myself, and that has been humbling in itself, of being like, oh, this didn't work how I wanted, and a lot of times that's even been in relationships, and but I think that I just feel really grateful every day and I was actually, one of the kind of questions that you gave was really really great, and I think I kind of want to bring it up to here, is because, so you asked earlier, you were in this question, like, what are you most proud of in your life? And so I sat there and I thought about this, and this recently happened. So I was talking with some producers and executives about my career and my life, and they were all super impressed, and I just felt, so honored and flattered and grateful. But they said something to me that I think I will never forget, and one said, you do realize you've made it, right? And I said, what do you mean? I mean, my career is growing, and I'm like waiting to buy that Shiba Inu because I'm obsessed with them, and they're adorable, and with my future husband, and get that house in the hills or whatever that's going to look like. And this woman, she said, she goes, you've done something that is very rare to do in LA. Very few people ever get to do that in their life, but you've transformed your passion and your life into art, and you get to do that every single day, and people appreciate your craft and pay you for it. So you're literally living the LA dream. And so it's stuff like that just makes me cry, because the work that I'm doing is paying off, and there is an alignment of that. And if I feel like, there were times in life that I think I had life lessons where I got a little arrogant or, pompous about what I'd achieved because I had been working very hard for that. But whether that alienated people or, I feel like arrogance like that doesn't ever do anything to create love. Like I'm in the business of bringing people together and, empowering people. And those are the kinds of things that humble me because I get to do what I want. And I get to, granted I'm working like a bazillion hours a day, but like I get to work from home and I get to take a Skype call with someone in Singapore later today and then also, connect with someone in China and, you know what I mean? Like it's like crazy, but like these people are, and this is also one thing that's so fascinating to me is that the more that I'm connecting with these people all over the world in learning about their stories and their secrets and I've had people, I've had executives, and I'm entirely confidential, but like celebrities will text me or people that are going through divorces and planning divorces and planning marriage and planning when they're going to leave their business, all of these big things. No one in the world knows this except me. And I help them look at the stars and I'm like, okay, this is a time that could work for you. But that's humbling in itself because it gives me this responsibility to
the trust that they're bringing to you
exactly
with the most important decisions in their life.
And I've signed non-disclosure agreements about stuff that's very important, but again, like 5 years ago if I'd been like, oh my god, if I'm would I imagine that like these very powerful executives are coming to me and celebrities about these life decisions. But the thing that it's like I just feel like, I do believe in God. And I feel like when I look at the stars, I'm just so grateful that, I studied this for so long and I had the opportunity to be seen for that. And it's funny because it's like I really fought it for a while. Like there was a period in time when I was really just focusing on like, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a writer, I'm a director, and I'm still those things. That'll never leave me. But I was like, no, this is my path. I fought so long for this, and I have done it. And then suddenly, like, I just couldn't fight it anymore because literally everything in my life was flourishing with astrology, and I was like, okay, like, why fight it when it's happening, So I hope I hit it somewhere in there.
No, it's awesome, and I think what's so great to hear as we talk with people from all different walks of life, but these values, the values that are so important to creating a life that you love, creating a life that you're, whether you're working a ton, the hard work, being able to put in the hours, being willing to, like this is you, prepping for this is a level of excellence. It blew me away. I was like, oh my, did we write that wrong? Did we write that he had to, answer? And it was just like your desire to be at your best, right? Like it's like there's an amount of excellence that you just carry that's abnormal, but we could all shoot for that, right?
Well, I take pride in what I do because it makes me happy, and I'm lucky in the sense that I get to do what I am passionate about, and that's exactly what these executives were saying, and that's what I was kind of laughing as I was like, I'm not making as much money as I want someday, or like, I want to be able to like do all of these, magnificent things for my family, and I do want to have children someday, and you know what I mean, I want to do all of these like wonderful big things, but I have achieved things that I'm just very grateful that I've had the opportunity. I'm like gonna get all like emotional about it, but it's just I feel proud to do what I want to do, and I do want to always be at my best. And then, that's why when I sat down for like 3 hours and wrote out the answers to this interview, I was like, I want to be able to share, pieces of my soul that I hope, no matter who you are out there listening, or maybe one thing that I have said today will make someone think, or they'll tell someone, and whether or not it even comes back to me doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. It's about, hopefully that they can take a little bit of of wisdom or something inside of them that can grow, and then maybe they, change the world in some way. But I do think that everyone have the capability to change the world, even by starting simply in the way that you wake up every morning.
So
and
this is actually
in your relationships,
Yeah.
everything,
That was going to be my next question. What are the little things, right? Like I think a lot of us at some level, we'd love to change the world, but what can we do today, starting tomorrow, to start moving in the direction of, creating a life we're super in love with, or opening ourselves up to challenges that we in the past would have been too afraid to take on, right? Like what would be little daily practices that you found either really work for you or that you would recommend?
I think self-awareness is really important, and I think that have that ability to really look at yourself and be perceptive of who you are, but then also the relationships and the lifestyle that you have and what your expectations are, because there's a lot of people that I have met that do not have a very strong perception of who they are and what they're good at or what they want. And like, I'm not doing this to be famous. I'm doing this because I love it.
Yeah.
It just happens to be giving me a lot of ability to speak with people all over the world, which is amazing. But again, I fought it for so long because I didn't think that this was gonna be ultimately my career path.
Yeah.
I thought it was a hobby, but then, yes, obviously people say make your hobby and your passion your career, and hey, it works, guys, but basically, it's, I really just feel like being, understanding and creating a plan for building that life, and hopefully you do it with astrology, because that's it's I'm telling you, if there's a current that's going to be hey, you're going to make more money, don't you want to make more money? Because it's not going to last forever, or don't you want to, people are always when am I going to find my true love? And I'm yes, I can look about very certain alignments, but also love, it can be, in these specific periods of time.
Yeah.
So
in the goal of self-awareness, using astrology could be one huge way
Absolutely.
that people could do that.
Because it helps you plan, and strategy is very crucial, I think, in ultimately getting everything that you want, which again goes back to the life of abundance.
Yeah.